Today we're taking a look at the HDHomeRun Extend. Now I've reviewed an HDHomeRun in the past. This is a slightly older model right here. Well, this is a newer version of it since at least I've tested it last time that Silicon does send out to us. And I wanted to kind of do an unboxing real quick, and then in this same video I'm going to come back and do a full review of the product. So what is an HDHomeRun? Well, it allows you to plug in your antenna to the device and then stream your antenna out through your home network to a media server or many other devices. A few things right off the bat I wanted to point out about the box itself. It talks about Wi-Fi, viewed on multiple Wi-Fi devices, efficient HD streaming over Wi-Fi with built-in hardware transcoding. Now, it's kind of, just to be clear here, it doesn't have Wi-Fi on the device itself. You do need to plug the device into an Ethernet port on your router for this to work. And then from there, devices can access it through Wi-Fi, whether it be a Fire TV or one of the other main devices they own. Just keep that in mind that this device needs to be in a place where you can get the Ethernet to your router and to make this work. So now that you know that, let's dive in and take a look at the actual device itself. So it is kind of a, physically, compared to the older model, it's a big step up. This is a metal case, where the old one was plastic. There's not that much of a big difference, slightly bigger on the newer model, but it looks sharp. It's a nice, clean, crisp look to it, something that would not stand out too badly if I left this out somewhere where people could see it. On the back, not a lot to talk about. Power, Ethernet, and a coaxial cable to plug into your antenna. And that's kind of the device itself. Let's keep digging through the box real quick. A quick start guide, plug in your antenna or cable source, plug it into your network router with an Ethernet cable, and turn the power on. Now you can subscribe to their DVR service if you have a home media server running, or that could be a laptop PC, a NVIDIA Shield Android device running that way. Will work to set up their software and allow you to record their shows and then view it through Kodi, through Plex, through a whole host of things, or on their app on different devices. So we'll set that up later and talk about that in a little bit. Next up, you have the actual power cable. Not really much to say about the power cable. Decent sized cable. Nice little device here. I'm assuming you buy this in different countries. It will come with an appropriate adapters. 2-prong. You can buy adapters like that pretty much anywhere. Little felt tips here to go on the bottom of the device so it doesn't scratch up your countertop. And a 1.83 meter Ethernet cable to plug in the device. And that is it. That is everything that comes with the device. My first impression is this feels a lot better made than the old one. I mean, this is a hefty little device. The metal case, I like the look of it a lot better. I'm going to leave that sitting out. So if aesthetics are a big concern for you, the Extend is a very aesthetically pleasing device to look at. Past that, let me go test this out, connect it, hook it all up, and I'll come back and give you a full review after I do so. So I've been playing with the HDHomeRun Extend now for a little while, and I've been impressed with a few things, especially the setup. It took less than a minute for it to set up, plug it into the wall, connect it to the antenna, and plug in an Ethernet cable. And before I could even install the app on my Fire TV, it had scanned all the channels, connected to the Wi-Fi network, and I was done. It was there. Now, again, remember though, there's no Wi-Fi on the device. It must be plugged into your router with an Ethernet cable. So keep that in mind. If that's an issue for you, just, buy accordingly with whatever is good for you. But with an Ethernet cable, I was able to connect through Wi-Fi on my Fire TV to my router, and then through the Ethernet cable to the device, and it's working great. It picked up all the stations I expected it to pick up. I have it currently on my lab antenna, which is a Turk indoor antenna. It picked up all the stations that antenna typically gets, so it does a good job. But this is not a magical device. It's not going to suddenly pull in reception of stations that aren't there. So before you buy this, you may want to make sure you're actually going to get the over-the-air TV stations you want. Check out antennarecommendations.com. That's antennarecommendations.com. I'll link to it in the show notes down below. and it will allow you to see what stations you should get with an indoor versus an outdoor antenna, because all this does is take what stations your antenna gets now and streams it through your in-home Wi-Fi network. So now that we got that clear, let's just kind of take a look at the app itself. So this is the app. You got your channels on the right hand side. They will disappear if I go off of them. It does offer the ability to zoom in. I know some people don't like those black bars on the left and right hand side. You can zoom in on that. Closed captioning, SAP support there. It does have a DVR. You can subscribe for an extra fee to their media server to do DVR. You can also use this with like the Plex DVR if you're a Plex user. Does take somebody who's slightly more technically competent on it. You have to have a computer running or a device like an Android TV, like an NVIDIA Shield with their software installed to be your DVR. And that device has to be running for it to pull off the antenna and record the show. The device itself is not a DVR, but it allows it to be streamed to software that can be turned into a DVR. Whether that be their own software you subscribe to on a yearly fee or a Plex one which you subscribe to on a yearly fee. Just keep that in mind. But let's kind of take a look at jumping between channels real quick. Let's just jump into ABC. Give you an idea how quickly. Jump back. I'm using the local weather station as a good one so that YouTube doesn't pull me for copyright infringement. I just see pretty smooth, and I can jump back and forth. If I push to the right, you can see I can see upcoming shows. If I keep going, it will give me a breakdown of upcoming shows. So no traditional channel guide here. This is what you get in place of it. Let's take a look at PBS Kids. You can see all the shows that are here. So it does a decent job of showing what you want. It's an easy, simple to use interface. You will see this interface across pretty much all their devices I've tested, including Android phones and tablets. I tested this out on a while ago. Similar user interface, similar experience, and no complaints. So that's my review. It is very simple to use. The DVR feature is a little bit more complicated, but not horribly so. With a little bit of research, it should be pretty easy to set up and use. If you have any questions or comments on that, let me know here. I'll do my best to answer them. But also consider joining us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're on YouTube right here live for an hour answering your cord cutting related questions about devices, picking out the right streaming service, you name it, cord cutting related, we're here for you. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern for an hour. So questions, comments, let us know, and we'll do our best to help you out. Otherwise, please subscribe. It really is a huge help to help us keep the site up, running, and going smoothly.